everyone, it's Nova. This video is just an excuse for me to mention a few things that I am really grateful for. I just watched Meg's video this morning, Rosani Ritual, where she did a VR to Livi over at Crescent Dreams Tarot, a VR to the tag Thankful Tarot, which was created last year by Livi. And quite a few of tarot tubers did a VR to her video last year, but Meg decided to do her VR this year. It is a Thanksgiving related tag. I didn't make VR last year, so when I watched Meg's video, which was very touching and inspiring, I decided to use this opportunity to talk about the things that I am grateful for, which is actually a lot. If I really want to mention everything and dive deep into everything that I am grateful for, it's going to take hours. But I want to do the opposite actually. I want to film a very short video. This is just my way of taking part in this tag. I think it is an important tag. I have actually watched a few people's videos last year. Let me just get right into it. The first prompt is, what about tarot and cartomancy in general are you thankful for? I can talk about this for hours, literally, because this is my main passion. I love talking about cartomancy and tarot. I like watching tarot videos. I am a collector. I have been doing this for many, many years. One of the most important things right now for me is the community, is the tarot community. And I don't mean only over YouTube, Instagram as well. Because of tarot and cartomancy, I have met so many interesting people. I have learned so much from them. And in general, I just really, really love this community and I am very appreciative of it. This is actually the last prompt of this video as well. So I leave it here and I will go back to it at the end of the video. What Meg said at the end of her video about the community, I totally understand her and I totally agree with everything she said. And I encourage you guys to go and watch her video if you didn't. I will link it in the description box. Also, Livi's video, the creator of this tag, will be in the description box. Other things that I really appreciate, I'm thankful for, is that tarot and cartomancy made it possible for me to collect art in such an easy way. Like each deck that we have contains an average of 50 artworks. And if you have many decks, as I do, when I think about it, I am flabbergasted how many artworks I have. In this room that I'm sitting, I have like 500 decks. And I am in love with all of them. I have managed to curate a collection that I am in love with. Like 99% of the decks that I have, I am absolutely in love with. So the artwork is definitely something that I am really grateful for. Another thing is getting to know so many artists through these decks and getting to know so many amazing authors as well because of these decks. Another thing that I am very grateful is the ideas. I think tarot and cartomancy is extremely inspiring in so many different aspects, in so many different ways, like in every possible way that you can imagine in life. And I think the influence of tarot and cartomancy is going to develop and become a lot greater. Like it will influence a lot more people in coming years. Another thing that I'm very grateful is the spiritual aspect of it and the psychological aspect of it. I think tarot and cartomancy has become a language, a very interesting and very powerful language for spirituality and for psychology as well, for life coaching, a tool for self-help, not only tarot but all types of oracle decks. I personally am very grateful for it all. I have become a hermit. I am at home most of the time. I work at home. My decks have become my loyal friends. I get a lot from them. I get a lot of happiness, inspiration, wisdom. I cannot imagine how I would live not having these decks in my home because, as I said, I am at home most of the time. It's just a preference. I find it really painful dealing with people in general. I don't have a difficulty dealing with people, but it is painful in the sense that so many people have taken the lazy route basically. It's become a thing, doing less than what you're capable of. And that bothers me. Let's not get into that. I'm sure you understand where I'm coming from. But yeah, these are a few things that I'm very grateful for regarding tarot and cartomancy in general. The second prompt is an old deck that I am thankful for. I'm thankful for all of my older decks because I have a history with them. But I chose this one, Tarot Masonique, which I have for more than 20 years. And I actually bought it secondhand. Look at the box. It shows how much I have used it. So this is unfortunately out of print. It was created by Jean Bouchard in France, and this guidebook is in French, English, and German. This is a little guidebook, but the information is very valuable and very interesting. So this deck is not only gorgeous, I mean, it's really cool. I have it in order, as you see, because I want to be able to find the magician if I want to look at the magician. I use it as a reference deck. I have done many readings with it. But this is what I do with most of my decks. I put them back in order. Like I use them for a while. Then if it's an important deck, I put it back in order so that I can easily find the card that I want to look at or I want to use for whatever reason. But this is an incredible deck. I mean, not only the images are gorgeous and fascinating, but also the guidebook. This is the basically Freemasons tarot. It is so fascinating. It is a pip deck. I am not only grateful for everything about this deck, but I'm also grateful that I have it, you know, because it is out of print. I hope it will come back in print. And it is color coded. It's so cool. So this is an old deck that I am grateful. Also the guidebook, although it is very short, but it's very valuable and interesting. New deck, a new deck that I'm thankful for. I'm going to show you guys two decks because I just received these two from Insight Editions as a gift. So I'm double thankful here for having them and for receiving them as a gift. I have not even worked with them decks. So these two are the Funko editions of the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot and Disney Villains tarot. I have not worked with them, as I said. I just received them last week and I have done two comparison videos. They will both be published after this video. So one is the side-by-side comparison between Nightmare Before Christmas original and Nightmare Before Christmas Funko, and the second video is the side-by-side comparison between Disney Villains original and the Funko version of Disney Villains. They will be both published after this video. So I am very grateful for both of these because they are gorgeous. These are the backs. They just make me really happy. Like, look at this. And I have not read with them yet, but I can tell already that they both are going to be good readers with a very specific voice, I'm sure, because they are Funko. I can already feel the voice that is very specific and cute. I'm not going to show you guys all the cards because I will publish those two videos very soon. So if you are interested to look at them, you can just wait a few days and watch those two videos. But look at this. These decks just make my inner child really, really happy and satisfied. Even if I don't read with them. Just having this deck in my hands, especially because of the, not only the images, but also the cardstock. I really like the Inside Edition cardstock. They are so soft and buttery and just a really delicious type of matte cardstock. So these are new in my collection, and also they are recent releases from Inside Editions, and I am super thankful that they were sent to me by them. That was really sweet. And the next prompt: a deck back that feels like a blessing because it's so good. So many of my decks, there are so many good backs, but let me show you this one. This one is the Rotomondi Tarot, the Rosicrucian Arcanum by Daniel E. Loeb, published by Schiffer. And look at these bags. And the color as well. I actually wanted to feature the totes bag, but then I remembered this one, and I just really like it. It's just so serious. I like these esoteric bags. This is the deck. I have to show you guys this deck actually because it's so cool. Let me show you some of the cards. And the guidebook. I could also choose this guidebook for this deck for the next prompt, because next prompt is a guidebook, right? Yeah, prompt number 6 is about a guidebook or cartomancy book you're thankful for because it enriched your practice. I wanted to mention the guidebook for this one as well because it's incredible, but I thought I'm just gonna have to show you guys this deck in a separate video because it really deserves its own video. Then I thought there is a guidebook that I have and I've noticed that almost nobody talks about. A very underrated guidebook, if you will. And that is the Somnia Tarot companion book by Nicholas Bruno. I think because this guidebook was sold separately from the deck, and because, let's face it, the deck itself is already expensive. I don't mean it's too expensive, but it is an expensive indie deck. And the guidebook is sold separately. I think a lot of people thought, okay, I don't need the guidebook, especially because you get so little for each card. You do have the images in large, which is already really cool. Let me compare it with the cards for you guys. Here is the difference between the size of the cards in the guidebook and the actual cards. So I really appreciate this because I am in love with these images, and having them in the large size is really cool. And I really like the write-ups. Let me just read one of them. 7 of Swords. Deception, affairs, risks, hidden secrets. Carrying a heavy iron trunk, an encumbered character visibly struggles up a steep cliffside. The sand begins to erode under the weight of his cargo, swallowing every advance that is made. 7 sharp swords pierce the ornate trunk, which appears to have been removed from its original resting place. Makeshift straps are fashioned from knotted ropes to help transport the treasure. Should onlookers view the scene, their intrigue would certainly be raised. The suspicious character is self-aware and has hidden his identity, moving with haste. The 7 of Swords continues the story that began in the 5 of Swords. Appearing to have successfully defeated the sanctuary, the marauder has cut the impasse of ropes and finished them to transport the stolen treasure. A visual metaphor, the swords that pierce the treasure present backstabbing and conflict. The swords may also have been inflicted by the heavens above as punishment for the marauder's deeds. This act of theft could be compared to a greedy ant that attempts to pillage a massive crumb of food from a picnic blanket. You see, I find it very interesting, and I just wanted to take a moment to bring this beautiful guidebook to attention because it is very underrated. It definitely is not the most fantastic tarot guidebook, that's not what I'm saying, but because it is underrated, I never see it mentioned anywhere. I thought it is a good opportunity now to mention it. Oh, I missed number 5. Number 5 was a specific oracle deck you're thankful for. A specific oracle deck I'm thankful for. Again, I chose something that I think you guys have not seen before, or I don't see it around on TarotTube and Instagram, and is incredible. The Celtic Book of the Dead by Kathleen Matthews, an oracle to steer your life journey. This was published by Schiffer, and let me read the back for you. So it says, while the Tibetan and Egyptian books of the dead are recognized as well-known guides to the afterlife, few people realize that the Celtic Imrama, or voyage stories, reveal an indigenous tradition that allows us to journey on our own voyage of self-discovery. The cards in this pack can be used in conjunction with the book in a variety of ways, whether as an oracle to discover the path ahead, a guide to the soul's direction, a meditational tool for personal and environmental healing, and also as a book of the dead for the dying and the soul midwives who attend them. And it is fascinating. I really, really appreciate this oracle deck, this guidebook. You know, it just introduced me to a whole new concept. It's such a great guidebook. It explains about all these cards and also explains what is happening in each card and what is the message, what is the meaning, what is the challenge, and also explains each card is related to which other cards. There are different suits. It has a system. It is so interesting. As it said in the back of the deck, you can use this deck in multiple ways. So here you have Island of the Four Fences, and here you have Island of Giant Cattle, Island of Fiery Pigs and the Apple, Island of Plenteous Salmon, and Island of Many Birds. And look how cool these images are. The card stock is really nice. This deck has 42 cards, and it comes also with a spread, with a, what do you call it? With a large mat to be able to use the spreads in the guidebook. I will show you now. Such a cool deck. Island of Berries, Pillar of the Silver Net, Sea of Mist, The Green and Burning Tree, Island of the Hermit, Island of the Crystal Keep, it's so good. I really recommend it. So you have the cards, and the size is smaller than your standard tarot cards, like this much smaller. And you get this massive thing for using the spreads given in the guidebook. which I have used a few times. I have to put it under a large carpet to flatten it. But it is so underrated. It is so cool. This is an oracle deck that I am very thankful for. It's really deep and interesting. It depends how serious you want to take it, but you can take it quite seriously if you want to. A spread that I'm thankful for. The spread that I am really thankful for is actually 9 spreads that I have received from 9 of my tarot influencer friends. These are 9 different spreads, and I received them from these lovely people. You most probably know them. It is still a surprise. I included these spreads in my new decks. I have created 4 RWS clones. They are actually right now, they are available on MPC. I have ordered them to show you guys and to make a video of them. The video will be published within 2 weeks from now. So these decks have 9 spreads included in the box, and these spreads are amazing. All of them, like all 9 of them, are really cool, and I am truly thankful for them because they are amazing. I've tried all of them, each one of them, like at least 10 times. They are really cool. I'm grateful that I received them from these people. I am really thankful that I was able to include them in my own decks. You will see them soon. I mean, I will make a video as soon as I receive these decks from MPC. I've ordered them a week ago, but I have not received them yet. I will make a video as soon as I receive them, and I will show you the spreads as well. The decks are called RWS Monday, and then each one has a different name, and the video is going to be named RWS Monday. So if you want to know more, stay tuned for that video. The last prompt. A person or multiple that you're thankful for being a part of the tarot community. I will link the channels of these people in the description box because I want you to be able to find them. I have to say, I am following right now more than 60 tarot channels. So that means that I am thankful for all of them, but I cannot put 60 links in the description box. I'm sure if I film this same video next year, there will be a lot more people that I am thankful for knowing, thankful that I can benefit from their knowledge, that I can learn from, that I can get inspired from. And more than anything, some of these people have brought light to my life, such as Rochelle over at Amethyst Ascension, Honeyloo, Julia over at Highly Sensitive Tarot. Some of these people are really dear to my heart. Like, I really like them genuinely, even if they were not a part of tarot community. Nevertheless, please take a look at the list of the tarot people, tarot influencers in my description box. If you don't know some of them, go and check them out. They're awesome. And at the end, thank you, Meg, for tagging me in your video. Your video was really touching and it was very inspiring as always. Thank you, Livi, for creating the tag. And Livi's video was also really cool. I watched it last year, and before making this video, I also watched it again. Her video will also be linked in the description box. So there's a lot of things in the description box for you guys. And stay tuned for the next one.